I think there was no sound detected, and now it is, right? Cool. Let me just go to Twitch to see if there's anybody here. Yo, Nicola. How's it going, man? Good, good, my side. I'm drinking some, I don't know what these days, it's called food in a bottle. It lies saying that it contains 26 vitamins, but I don't think so, though. I am fasting, so I need these vitamins, kinda. Yeah, and today we are going actually to finish up with that, with what we actually have for our application. Let's see how it goes. Can I actually take this to the second screen? That's nice. Perfect. Now we can do this and we can move forward. Cool. I'm waiting actually for the comments from both TikTok and Twitch. Oh, I was actually watching Liverpool right now. They lost, right, against PSG. It was really, I don't know, like, honestly, really a bad vibe from the beginning of the match. I knew it. It's going south. Yeah. I watched all of it and I was actually holding my phone and I felt like the pressure from Liverpool like players when they played, but they tried their best. But yeah, they got what they deserve, I think. They didn't play the best. Cool. So Nikolai is actually betting on this. He bet that he had BTTS and plus 3+ goal and ended up 1-0. You should have done it like that, actually. You shouldn't done it like extra, because you know that the PSG guys actually came up feeling so bad because they lost 1-0 at their home, so they want to just score there and park the bus, basically. Anyhow, yeah, it's just that. Cool. Nice. So today we are actually going to change our focus again to the white noise app. And I'm going also to answer some of the questions as long as people are coming to the chat already. So we have the first question saying, did you watch a lot of tutorials learning GS and React? I actually did. I watched a lot, plenty, honestly. Like million tutorial. I watched a lot of tutorials, but I actually focused on, let's say I did my best to focus on interview question tutorials, kind of like that. That brought me to a good, part of JavaScript. And then I moved forward from there. Honestly, that was better than actually losing my time to do other stuff. Yeah. But yeah, that's it. So let me actually set up a live goal. Can I do that? I don't know. What is your formatter? I have Prettier and ESLint, both actually messed up like into one. What are we doing today? How long did it take you to make white noise? White noise application? I mean, right now we are at 1 month, honestly. 1 month doing this application, but we are moving super slowly because I have a lot of chat and viewers questions that I have to answer and so on and so forth. So it's not that easy, honestly. Yeah. Cool. What else? Do you guys have anything else to actually ask about? Let me actually see if I have any live metrics and stuff. There is this live metrics part that if you get like certain amount of something, you can get it. And I did that. Actually, I should have got like some flares already, but seems like I am not getting them. Flares are actually things that helps you get better viewership sometimes. Yeah. Cool. I cannot claim them for some reason. It says not. Yeah. You don't have any flares yet, it says, which is weird. It should have been working. Cool. Let's move forward then. Hi there. Hi everybody. Short videos. Some guy joined from the short videos, which means that we are actually going good with the short videos actually being shared with a lot of people. Do you work at any company? Yeah, I work at Adobe plus SFC, 2 companies that are really good. Yeah. How are you? I'm good. And someone asked me, are you from the US? No, I'm not. Yeah. So I am from Germany. Yeah, right now it's midnight at my place. Do you work at any companies? I just answered that. Can you show the project? Yeah, I can for sure. This project actually is now a bit odd because I don't have good design for it, but I would prepare a good one for it. All right, so here we have this part where right now I'm sharing my screen. This is the to-do part, which is super big. I need to work right now on deleting it and editing as well. Maybe I actually need the double click to be editing. That would be a really dope thing to do. This is the timer. I need also to work on some noises on it, and these are the noises. So basically you can hear this. You can hear like a coffee shop kind of thingy, or fire, or Paris Paradise. So you get the point, right? This is like a lot of noises and stuff, and I'm working on that. Yeah. Cool. How long have you been doing this? For 6 years plus right now, but I need to get better at it. I need to get super much better. Lately I've been thinking a lot about doing like more seniority level stuff, so I need to be super much better at this. Is React in demand in the US? Yes, I think it's number one at this point. Yeah. How long have you been doing this? I just answered that. Okay, so by the way, guys, I am also on Twitch, so if you want to search me up on Twitch, that would be nice. And we have Nicola here. He asked me, well, will you publish this? I said yes. And yeah, we will do this by the end of the next month. I think we will publish it even if it's not complete. Nicola said that I will help him with Git. Yeah, but you didn't reach out to me. I said go to Discord and just tag me there. Spam me, man. The thing is, with Discord we have a lot of people joining, but the problem is that I sometimes cannot read all the messages, especially that they argue a lot. So just Nicola just write, hey, I'm Nicola here, you need to help me out with this or that, and I will specify some time for us to do that. Why not? Yeah. By the way, guys, I got a message from NordVPN. They want me to do some, not sponsorship though, they don't want to waste the money on me. They want me to do some affiliations, but I don't have that big of like followership yet. I have 12,000, nearly 13,000 on TikTok. That's the highest one. Okay. But overall it's kind of going well, so hopefully that we reach more companies with this. And the only thing that I need from you is just to like this stream, share it with your friends, make them know that we are streaming every day, trying to actually teach them how to code and teach ourselves how to code and answer as many questions as possible. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, that would be amazing. Oh, Keverex said that he just started with Python, did his own spoofer, now selling it. Can you explain what is a spoofer? Is it a GeoSpoof or something, or what is it exactly? Some guy said, why are you learning JavaScript? You will get replaced in 3 months. Well, I was learning this for more than 8 years now, and I didn't get replaced, so I'm really happy with where I am. Nord had a scandal. Oh, okay. All right, I will be aware. That's a good thing. I will search it. Carnage, thanks for letting me know. Maybe I shouldn't actually work with them. So request 200 is just for saying, hey, all good. That's what you see over here. The request 200. 500 is kind of like an internal error. Internal error also can be 505. But here we can say issue with creating to do. That's the whole thing that can be replaced, and then we don't update. But yeah, let's actually do the parts where we need to do them. I think we prepared already like get to dos, delete to do. So we need actually now to work on the delete to do part, and the get to dos we do it, add to dos we do it. All right, you know what? Let me just add the do here. I will paste that a bit below because I think separation of concern will be better, like to have the get on top and then any post will be down below. Yeah, so we have this one as a patch, hopefully. We need to actually do it in a route. So we have get to do, add to do, so delete to do though. Oh no, not there. We have delete, right? Delete to do. we will need patch and delete. So routes.delete. Man, this should be for sure something like ID here, right? Which makes sense. But let me check actually what is in here. I have the to-do ID, so I am really covered, right? I'm really covered. Yeah, that's nice. So the ID will come from the from the IP itself. All right, cool. And yeah, it seems like that is fine. Then delete maybe, or to-dos.delete, and then sounds better, but I don't know now. At this point, it just anything will work, right? And this will take do I need the user authenticator middleware? I would leave it, but I think I don't really need it. So now what I did is just to get the those from there. If you want to see what it is, that's the kind of type of it. Yeah, awesome. Let me actually let you guys comment anything in the chat, so I will actually give you access to paste and links as well. So if you want to paste links, if you want to paste docs, anything, let me know. Designer said, just joking. But do I use AI? Yes, I do use AI. I use Cursor sometimes, or VS Code Copilot. They both help. Keverick said Spoofer is a software where it temp changes your HYD temp, and that will unban you from games. Oh, so it changed kind of like your hardware ID or something like that, or a temporary ID for some game. That's nice. Or maybe even it can change your IP address or the MAC address for your computer. Now you can sell it and make a lot of money. That's a good idea, actually. Nice. Sergey Zidi said, hi, I'm learning how to make a Roblox game. Do you think it's easy? Because it's not going in my head. Keep doing it. I don't know what kind of coding language you are using, probably C# here, but I have no idea. Maybe continue with that and see what you're gonna do. And yeah, all the luck. I will read also some codes from for some comments from Twitch. Sorry that I'm reading them late, but they appear late for me because of APIs. So here it's our friend Nicola said, okay, when I'm free, I'll DM. Sure, yeah, we have Discord, as I said. Go to my Discord, my profile, click Discord link, and go there and join us. And then why is 200 and 500? Because then it will be like 100 with 300. I don't know. 100 is not of like a valid one. 200 for like according, like validating, and 500 for system error. Bro is saying React plus JS. Yes, I meant maybe. Am I the one who said that? I don't know who said that. Yeah. But maybe you heard me wrong. I know that my mic is a bit so close sometimes. I get to say stuff also that can happen. Do you have a hobby outside of programming? Rodrigo asked. I actually don't think that I have anything right now but just playing video games. I'm really good at FIFA lately. I reached out like a really good level. I'm like Division 3, I think, which is nice. On FUT, like FIFA Ultimate Team, that's the one. And yeah, that's it. I mean, I play sometimes video games, but I don't have any other hobby actually. I kind of like not have anything in parallel that I'm working in, especially with having a kid. So usually I'm really sleep deprived, and because he's just waking up in the middle of the night and stuff. So I tend to not go to the gym as usual and stuff. And I feel destroyed most of the time. And if I have any free time, I will just try to sleep. Are you using BetterAuth? No, I'm using actually the Passport.js auth bar. So here you have my config, for example. Yeah, this is the Passport.js config. I have like a GWT payload that I set up with these options. And then I have like I hijack it with every time and check if the token is correct or not, right? Anyhow, I feel like I need to call this. I'm not happy with what I have here, kind of like to-do/add, to-do/delete, and then IDs. That seems fine for me. Okay, seems okay. So we start with the v1, I think, here. I'm not sure even what is my vit-config part. Vit-config. Vit-config is API, right? Yeah, /API. So /API and then goes to whatever I want. So on the front end right now, we can go to our front end. This is the back end. Funny enough, the front end is also inside source, so they're both of them inside the same thing. So here I have add to do. Let's just do yeah, let me just get this one to be on top. I will delete it. I will go 13 up, I will paste it, and I will go like this. Yeah, so now I will just instead of yeah, instead of actually doing it from scratch, I'll just do it like this: remove to do or delete to do, just to go well with our API function. That's what it is. So to do here, here you need for sure to have a type for that. I mean, the to-do's details seems to have a description here, so this is not a good type for us. Yeah, because it has a description, so I will delete that and make a new one for me, right? Cool. Hey, the Presty is here. Nice to see you again, mate. How do you get motivation to code? I don't, man. I just code. Lately, I just want to code. That's it. To do ID, that would be the one that we pass there. It would be a string, as easy as that. Do we need the token port? I doubt it, but let me think. Actually, do we need the token port? Why we are having the token actually passed here? Because I'm actually using the fetcher port. Yeah, so this function is actually fine. Yeah, the body here will be just to do ID, right? That's the one that I have there, and we don't need this one token. That's fine, because we need probably token here. Delete probably. And yeah, so yeah, seems like we are going well, right? So here probably is just to be passing, not this. So yeah, change surrounding that to this, and instead here we'll just put the ID, right? Because we need that here, right, to do ID. And then therefore it will work, because I think so, right? Oh no, actually this one whole thing needs to be at the end of this, and we need to give it like that. So to API to do delete, let me check. API to do's delete, and then the ID of the port. All right, let me check again. So that's it, right? Actually, I can check that in the route. So here we go, to do's delete, and then the ID. Cool. So to do's, APIs, yeah, here we go. API to do's delete, and then the ID. Okay, seems cool. I think we are good to go. We can use this directly in our function. And by the way, if you're asking me what is this fetcher function, it's just a function, generative function, that helps us actually do what we need to do when it comes to call in 10-stack query. So we pass this fetcher as our function actually to be running automatically through 10-stack, right? That's it. I mean, I hope that helps. Yeah, all these are CRUD functions. Where do you want me to write them, actually? Yeah, they are CRUD functions for a to-do list part. And why we are creating this to-dos, just to actually get well with 10-stack, as we are actually having not ready to do this at all, but it's probably a good thing to practice with it. So actually we have a component called to-dos list, I think. Reusable. Okay, I will search it like this: to do. Oh, my live stream disconnected for some reason. I'm back actually. Oh, I'm good. All good. So it's called to-dos, list to-dos, right? And here we go. This is the list of to-dos, right? And this is how it just shows everything. But where is this called though? If I just do EF, I'll just go there. So this is where it's called list of to-dos. And then here add to-do. So this is where I add the to-do part. And then this is a form, right? And then the list of to-dos happens to be here for some reason. I want to actually not put it into like that. So every ally will have a to-do description, but maybe I will put an input here, right? And I will or a checkbox, right? Input type checkbox. Does that work? I don't know. My LSP is really bad. Input snippet of type checkbox. I want that to be before the description though. Let me just close it like that. And also I want this to become like a flex bar, where the flex will be item center for sure, and justify center, and let's just get it like a gap of 4 or something like that. Yeah, that would be really nice, but there is something that is not happening right now. It says that property does not exist on the description ID. Why did that just pop up just like that? I don't know. Interesting. Actually, in this case, we can add this to-dos from to-do schema type, get to-dos, list to-dos. Interesting. Yeah, whatever it was here seems to be fine for me. Description and ID, but it says that, yeah, these will become actually a lot of to-dos, so yeah, it does not know which part is that. All right, cool. I don't want to bother with it right now. Let me read what you are saying. Yeah, I'm using React, by the way, and the live stream probably had problems. Sorry for that. Yeah. But all good now. All what you can do actually now is comment as much questions as you want, and I will try to answer them. Also, another part is just like the live stream. I really appreciate it. And also, yeah, hopefully I can help out with as much as I can. Cool. What else? Cool. So yeah, by the way, we are trying to reach out to 13,000 today, so if you can take me to that number, that will be appreciated. We have now 30 people viewing this, and that's amazing already. We had already like some comments and some likes, and that's amazing. We have also some videos that I posted up today. Actually, I got this creator reward program thingy that I got automatically into, but I don't know what is the premise with it. Actually, I don't know even what it does, so I'm trying to follow up like TikTok and what they do with that. So it's kind of obscure for me. You don't have to specify delete add in RESTful API semantic. I don't think so, because the method is needed. Yeah. And also I have it in the route, right? So now I have this problem here with to-dos. The thing is that I thought that my Prisma can be actually throwing this outside, but I think not, because it has its own package.json there, so it's kind of encapsulated its own, it's into its own. So what I'm gonna do actually is just import to do, and I try to actually find anything about to do from the schema of, yeah, so here get to do APIs. This is all something different, but I was thinking actually maybe I can find something from Prisma itself. Interesting. This would be very helpful if I just had something that generates all the types for all my backend stuff, right? But what I can do though is just to check on the application how I get my to-dos. Let me just check it right now, and I will copy something and I will use it there, right? So I have that already. All right, cool. Let me just find that out. So here, console, network, I'll show you what I mean by that. So here, I will just share my screen on here, so to see exactly where my to-dos are actually generated. So this is the application on the left. It has like some white noises, the timer and stuff, and this is what I'm trying to do right now, a checkbox with this. If I refresh now, profile is there, status is there, to-dos is there. So the to-do actually returns all of this, right? which is fine for me, kinda. Status, pending, due date, user ID, probably. Interesting, actually. Maybe what I'm gonna do, just to let myself live in peace, I go to types, index, and I'll create type something like that. So export type to do. Okay, I will do it like that, equal, and something from there, and then I will go one by one and edit it. So this one should be string, should be string as well. This one should be pending, actually should be exactly pending. We can do it as enums basically. Pending, I think done, and something else, and in progress. So write that. Alright, I'll show you what I'm doing. In progress. I will check exactly the due date. I'm not sure exactly, but I think it's type date, maybe. Yeah. And this one should be string. This one should be string as well. And created that. Oh, okay, so it's a string as well. I don't know what the hell is this, but I think everything will come as a string, right? And let me just take that. So this is kind of cool. Now I have a type of to do. What I'm gonna do is just get this out and try to import that, right? So it's a class, and here you go. It says that to-dos does not exist on type to-dos description string and ID string. I think that's because my query here, let me just go here, says that these to-dos will be of this type, kinda, and I'm gonna delete that and just go to do like that class. Let me just check again. So what I did here, yeah, so I'm gonna just delete this part, small part though. Interesting. Okay, so say property to-dos that does not exist on that. That's bad. So to-dos will be returned. It's a list of to-do. Interesting. It does exist on type to-dos, right? Yeah, this is where it gets complicated. It should be that my to-dos array here return to-dos, you see? So that's kind of cool. So that will be an array of to-dos, which are the array of all of this. Interesting. Yeah, let's continue then. Let's find the issue. Where is that? Property to-dos does not exist. It should exist, right? Interesting. Because this one is gonna be the parsed, exactly the parsed reply from the to-do part. Let me go check the fetcher. So the generated part is what the promise returns. So we are actually correct. Yeah. Anyhow, interesting. What is Java good for versus something like R? I don't know actually. Java and R are two obscure things. I know just JavaScript. Remove the array on your type. Let me try that. Yeah. Where is that? So this to-dos is a to-do array. That's fine. But on my type, maybe on my type of what exactly, of this one here, that's fine. I think you're talking about the list to do part, right? Yeah, this is gonna be that. Or, oh, wait a second, where is the array, that part coming from? Okay, I got it. I think you are right. Yeah, this one. You are totally right. I didn't see that. Who's this? Crapple? Yeah, you found it. Hello guys, hello everyone. That's nice. So now we are on the clear actually on that, all of that. Let's see if the application actually doesn't have any problems. Seems not. Let me just run the whole thing again. Because it might be fire actually right now, backend error. Because of the types being generated wrongly. So all good as you see. And we are good to go, right? Cool. and then we move forward with finding out what is this checkbox part. That's actually itself is gonna be another mutation, which is kinda cool. Honestly, yeah. This is also what I'm gonna do right now is gonna probably produce a form, not a form. Maybe actually I'm gonna do something quick here. Maybe I'm actually calling like console and see if there is a console. Not that. Maybe error or console. I was thinking that maybe React. All right, you know what? Let me do it like this. Import from React or Lucid React, right? React Lucid, React icons, right? And let me just come here and say, hey, icon for error or error icon, something like that. Error icon from that. Or let me check it actually if that exists. All right. React icons. I will find it exactly what it is. So error or console, right? That's what I wanted, like console. La GIGE console. So this is what I need. Oops. That GI console would be my next step here, kinda, right? And yeah, it's gonna be just GI console part. Yeah, cool. So this one will be not centered though. I will just do this on the left side. You know what? Justify center, and here's justify between. This is what's gonna be between, right? And then I will wrap these two surround by tag, and this one is gonna be div itself like that. And and that will actually make it as I want it to be. And there is a gap. Probably I will add some padding here, but this padding would be padding Y maybe. Yeah, but I will do like the padding X to be like 10 or something. So it does look super cool. All right, let's see how it looks actually. You seen your dev? No, I'm not. All right, now it looks a bit better. Maybe I will actually, know what, I'll just put this class name here, and I will just do a simple flex for this, not to justify between though. I'll just create a gap, right? Or item center, just nice, and then a gap of another 4 basically. And I will just delete the gap on top, so this gap needs to be deleted. And then this is how it looks like right now. Like I have my everything here, right? And then I have the timer, and then I have the white noises and stuff. So all good, right? Maybe I also show the Twitch guys. By the way, I am on Twitch as well. So search me up by like searching, yeah, my name is SyncStack, and you will be able to see me doing a lot of stuff. There is a guy named Average Tech Boy. He's throwing roses on the chat. That's nice. Stop hacking me, he said. What are you building? I'm building actually this application for white noises, so I can show you what it does. It's not a to-do app actually. It just wanted to add the to-dos to test the backend, but this is the application. What it does, it just, you can focus, you can start a timer and listen to some white noises. The funny part though, you can combine them. So you can listen to a coffee shop with maybe rain, right? Nice. So you can combine them, you can search, we did that part. Yeah, you can search like that, or you can add your own from the meditation part here, where you can actually add your own meditation part from YouTube. So this is gonna actually play like a video from YouTube when you can see some fire or something like that, which is also cool. So it's everything in one, so you can reset, pause. And now I'm working on this to-do part. I know it looks ugly. I'm not really good with CSS, so the only thing that I care about right now is just making sure that you guys see this working perfect. Awesome. So let me just finish this up. I see a lot of questions. I will try to answer them all right? So just fire as many questions as you want. Cool. Thanks, mate. Thanks a lot. I'm trying my best, honestly. Yeah. I've got a quick question set about FTP and SCP. Honestly, I'm not that good, but you can fire your question and I'll try to answer you as quick as I can. But if I don't understand it, please don't get me wrong. I'm just a JavaScript developer. On your VS Vim setup, I really need to improve mine. Hey, Austin, hopefully you're still in the chat. Yeah, I have everything in my basically profile on TikTok. You can go some couple of videos. You will find a Vim setup video where you can actually get the most of it, and I share also there my GitHub. Otherwise, join our Discord and tag me directly and I will answer your questions. Okay, so for everybody here, this is an open request. Join our Discord and do it, because then I can reply to you, I can help you with whatever you want. I'm not a tech lead, though I am taken for one. Let me explain to you my situation at work. I'm a front-end developer, but I work on double projects and multi-projects actually. And each project I am doing a lot in it. Like I do a lot of architecture. I choose a lot of like pipeline issues to fix, and I work mostly on whatever not front-end. But whenever you need me in front-end, I will be there and I will fix your problems. Today I fixed a router problem, for example, that was there forever. I created double routes, and I did kind of like a wrapper for both of them. One I called strict router, one I called private router, and I tried to kind of like ship them both, right? Cool. I mean, hopefully that answers your question. What time do I come live? I come live every day. Mohammed Yassin asked. Yeah. Mohammed, where are you from, by the way? Yeah, I come up every day around 11 p.m. CET, which is time in Germany, 11 p.m. to midnight, and I stay for 3 hours. So I usually sleep at 3 a.m. I know it's a bad habit, but I find that the best time, so a couple of Americans also can join the chat. Yeah. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks a lot. I'm trying my best. Manchester, are you from Germany? Yeah, I am from Germany. And by your name, I thought that you're an Arab, because I am also. So I am originally from Tunisia. So yeah, I speak Arabic. That's my original language. We speak French also. Je peux parler en français comme en français. So it's kind of like one of the things that I learned when I was young, just to stick to my head. And I studied in French. Then I moved to France, then from France to Russia, from Russia to Serbia, from Serbia to Germany. I kept hopping, like job hopping. I tried to find myself, kind of, yeah. But now I'm in Germany for like 4 years. Yeah, that's good, Habibi. Nice. All right then, cool. Let me then finish up this one. So as we have this all, I can actually call my use mutation here. So for my use mutation, I think I need data though. I need is loading probably. But instead of this, it would be use mutation, because we are actually trying to delete. The use mutation also takes a mutation function, and the mutation function is going to be delete to do, right? You can invalidate stuff here, invalidate, and you need to invalidate actually. So in terms for you actually to invalidate anything, which right now I am actually confused. Where is my yeah, I need to get some space. I can do like use query client, and this is a new thing that I'm going to share with you, is that you can actually invalidate using some query client as your query client hook. So use query client, you can call your query client whatever you want. That's the point. So here, yeah, you can say, hey, on success of this, which I think something that you can call in here on success. Does that come up? Yeah, I think I don't know how to do that yet. So the use mutation will work, but then mutation.mutate and then on the success of that, I think. Well, I forgot, but I think you can do it here. Yeah, on success, yeah. And then you can call anonymous function. You can do it with my LSP, ANFN. Call it like this, or I wrote it wrong, ANFN, and go to second option. Then you do this, go to second, CC that, and what you need to do here is just call that query client dot invalidate queries, optionally here you can just check what you need to pass to it. It takes an array, I think. Interesting. Let me just check if I invalidate queries anywhere. I can do leader fs invalidate queries, I think. You just need to pass the query key, right? Interesting. All right. So here you just query key and then you choose what key you want to invalidate. For me, I just wanted to invalidate the to-dos. Or is it like this? I don't know. Is it like into invalidate query? Again, I'm checking. Yeah, you need also to pass it into an array for some reason. Makes sense. Cool. So now we are cool like this. Do we need actually that? And maybe his loading here is not needed at all. And even the data is not needed. Actually, you can do like this, mutation. Or you can call the mutate directly as a destructure part. And whenever actually you're gonna submit this, so on click, right? On click of this part. On click. Just mutate that and forget about it. Yeah, that's it. I think that should be it, but the problem here of my mutation is not gonna do that. So let me do on delete, right? On delete function here, because I need to pass the ID of that, right? And on delete is a function, yeah, on delete. And this function basically, an anonymous function again, takes the to-do ID, right? And here, instead of doing anything, I'll just mutate that with the to-do ID. And then that seems dope. And then if I call the on delete here, it won't work because I need to call it with the to-do ID. Hopefully we can do that, all right? On delete, or we can just delete the whole thing here and use the mutate, as you get the point now, right? Hopefully. All right, so mutate, to-do.id maybe, to-do.to-do-id. Is it called like that, or ID directly? Interesting. Is there any questions for that? HTML, CSS, yes, kinda. We are doing Tailwind here, not any HTML, honestly, with a bit of JSX. This is React query, yeah. New Vim theme talk unite. Thank you, Next, for letting him know. Let me actually make you a moderator so you can, whenever you're here, you can pin stuff or delete stuff. You can do whatever you want. Add moderator. Nice, I think you are now a moderator. Confirm. All good. React query, yeah. Actually, Tanstack query with React hook forms, with everything possible. That is new, kinda, yeah. Cool. What else, guys? Do you have any more questions? What extensions are you using with the parsing issue? Is there a certain component for that or a plugin for that? No, but I might show you what I have for lazy envim. I'm typing that wrong. I think I activated my caps key, yeah. So I have alpha envim and auto session and plus some parsing. For parsing, I use Mason actually. So let me update this and sync it, and then I will show you the Mason part. All right, I need to update that and sync it again. It's so annoying that it's not working perfectly now. Interesting. Do I need to clear something? Okay, now it's working. Maybe my internet is not that good, but nevertheless, here we go. These are all the things that I'm using, and look at that. I need actually to update Pylint and also Svelte, but I don't use Svelte. I used it actually only once. But the best thing of all of this is Pylint. It works really cool. But I have Emmet LS and CSS LSP. These two helps me a lot. I have ESLint-D, which is amazing. And TypeScript language server, which is TSLS. That's the star of the whole group. And for linting, I have Pylint and ESLint. That's it. Yeah. trying to contact you. I will actually share with you my email. It's fine. You can contact you on this email, by the way. Yeah, that's the email. I will. If you have any inquiry, if you want to do anything, please contact me there. Yeah. Dine Auto Handle said 4 hours debug and SMTP protocols. I actually happen to have the same problems at work. Actually, yeah, I have this TCP problem that whenever I actually click something on an application, it kind of re-render the IP of the WSL instance, and I need to get that IP to rerun my front end, and I don't know which IP, so I need to kind of like fire some TCP configurator or something like that that fires another page saying, hey, wait a bit, your next application will be running on this new IP address. Why use mutate? Because it's a mutation. I don't know, it's a mutation instead of a query. I think use query is used mostly with GET requests. I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not the best guy to do this. I never code with read and docs. I don't read docs, which is a really bad thing. I just learn by doing. I just type wherever it works, and I move forward. How should I learn code for AI engineers? I try to learn, but know where to start. I'm 20 now. This seems to be the question that everybody asks, and every day I have to show the same website. Roadmap.sh, go down. This is the AI engineer part. You see everybody there? Oops, not here, but 3 times. I cannot show you, but it's there. So you click here. On top here somewhere, you can scroll. You see here, for example, they give you like some recommendation, and you need to learn these on top. You need also to learn everything about like popular AI models and stuff like that, and you move forward. Yeah. So this is the AI engineer part, so you can guys go and check it. I will paste it in the chat as well for both Twitch and TikTok. Nice. Demi said that he uses Tanstack query for GET requests only. Well, that's also a choice. It depends, man. It depends on you and what you want to achieve. Yeah, cool. So now we continue with this. Let me try it. Nothing happening though. Let me just see if this is working. So message issue with the deleting to do. Error name Prisma client error client version 631. What is that? So whenever I click something, it's not okay. So I will refresh the page to see if this is working still. So the to-dos are there, but when I click the freshly to do, it just throws an error. So there is something about it that is not working now. I need to figure out why. So the thing is that it's saying that Prisma is not letting it mutate, basically. And for the mutation, the query function will be delete to do. Oh, wait a second. Delete to do will go take also. You see the problem? We need actually an argument for this. Interesting. But yeah, but wait a second. Delete to do is fine, but it takes, yeah, it's an async function as well. So delete to do cannot be called directly. It needs to be called into another function. Probably that is the problem, and it takes a string, and that string needs to come from actually that mutate part. So, okay, how can I get that then? It should be getting an argument of data. Yeah. Interesting actually. Yeah, that's epic. So let me actually see another use mutation part in my code. I have a use mutation on the logout part. That is cool, but the logout doesn't need anything from me. Yeah, I have something here similar where I invalidate the query also with the login schema. So I pass data here for the mutation part, and data comes from login schema, and then I destructure that because data actually is what I pass to that on submit button. Okay, so now I get it. So you need to call mutate, right? And mutation will just get whatever data you pass to it there, right? Interesting, actually. I didn't know this part. All right, so then here, the mutation function, exactly as here and here, I will get data of type string, right? Or, interesting. Data is not of type string though. Data of type whatever until we find it. Or maybe actually the data is of type string. Okay, let me delete this part, open that, make it like that, and then const ID. We will get the ID from that data basically, and then just delete to do directly with that ID, right? Data here says any, for now at least, to just move well with it. Type void is not signed by promise. Should be a sync, right? Not really. Or maybe it should return something. Yeah, so that's the problem. It always needs to return something. Yeah. So now I inspected any port, and this one needs to be type string. I'll just put it as string, but or maybe a type of ID string, right? Yeah. And then to do ID, right? Yeah, argument of type string is not assignable to a parameter of type ID string. Interesting. All right, I'll just do that then. ID to do the edit. Then let's try that. Let's see if that works. Here you go. Yeah, it should be type of to do. I agree with you. Yeah, but thing is that it's not working at all for some reason. Saying that the ID of to do though, it's passing correctly, but it's not deleting it. Oh, wait a second. I know why. I know why. The delete to do function though take a request of to do ID, right? So the to do ID needs to be passed exactly with the name of to do ID, right? Yeah. So what I'm doing here is just not working as properly as it should be. So I'm gonna click. I will show you actually. Yeah, this is React.js. I'll show you actually what is happening. So this is when I click here. I have this one, right, saying, hey, the delete didn't work properly because it's a 500 internal error. I'm passing the to do ID like this, which is exactly what I want to pass actually to my router or to my Express part. And yeah, it's Node.js with TypeScript plus React plus everything. Your delete to do should be sync, so await delete to do. I don't think so because the mutation well does it already. But let's try it. Let's try it. The problem is that it says error. Prisma client validation error, issue with deleting to do. So nothing actually really fancy. All right, so maybe some guy here said, hey, it's async, so await maybe. But actually it's not because it's returning this 500 already, right? Actually, yeah. Response.json. Maybe I would just say deleted or message. Here I'm just gonna put this on top, to do of ID, and then I'll just pass the ID, to do ID, been deleted. This is kind of when it is deleted, kind of. All right, so the to do part here though is not needed, so I'm gonna just await it, and I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not sure that what the Prisma actually returns, but overall is good. This is what actually getting back to us, the error 500. So I'm gonna try this again. This is an app, yeah. Prisma is on ORM, right? Object relational model, yeah. So still I get the thing the same, even though that the do ID is passing correctly. The response from Prisma is not working. Let me check actually my PostgreSQL part. Yeah, so PostgreSQL part is Brolist services. And let me also take off this from the screen. I will let you know when it works. So yeah, the PostgreSQL part works actually, as you see on top, like this yellow part. So I'm gonna just npm run dev again. Yeah, so not a problem there. And I'm gonna try again to kind of like see if I can delete it those again. Hired as a web developer today, but I have a fear that I cannot manage to cope with up. Don't worry, the man. Just keep up, try to learn as much as you can, and you will be fine. Honestly, things will be great. Don't have to worry about anything. All right, so those are getting correctly, and then the fetcher function for some reason is not passing anything here. All right, I will check also what maybe is the problem. So Prisma to do delete where ID equal to do ID. Interesting. Why that shouldn't be working actually. All right, so then went back here. Maybe what you already told me is okay. So I'll do async and I'll do a wait here just for the fun of it. And it makes no sense. All right, you know what? Also, I don't like this. Maybe I would just pass ID directly. Why should I pass data? And the ID will be of type string, right? And yeah, that would be to do dot ID. Then the mutate will actually work. Duplicate identifier ID, right? Yeah, here not needed. Yeah, cool. Let me try it out. Still the same issue. So it's calling API / to-dos delete and then that, and the delete is not working. So it's saying everything is good. The bearer is passed. Java for kids, man. I'm doing JavaScript, by the way. Brittany said, how are you streaming this? I'm streaming this using OBS. So you can see the full screen using Twitch. So you can search me on Twitch. I'm just Async Stack. I will actually share with you the link in the chat. So everybody who wants to see the full screen, just go there and yeah, you'll be able to see me full screen. Hey Ron, everybody who's here forever. By the way, you can guys share this live stream. I'm actually live streaming everywhere, and on YouTube, Kick, and Twitch, and TikTok. And I'm trying my best actually to reach out to as many people as possible and make this maybe a living for some day. I'm not winning anything from it. I'm just doing it for the fun, building apps from scratch, right? So yeah, please help me out with sharing, with following as well. That would be amazing. Thanks a lot. And our goal today is to reach out to the 13,000 followers. So now we are 12.9. We are just 100 follower away from that. And yeah, let's make that happen. And if you are actually wondering about, oh, wait a second. Yeah, I think here actually the 3 executive panel, that's his name, said that the const delete to do needs to be an async of ID return fetch of that method of delete. I think we did that part. Actually, the async part here for this mutation looks good because I know that that's fine. And this is the to-do function. As you see, I have a fetcher function which does the same. Oh, wait a second. The method is delete. Yes, the URL is correct. /API to-dos delete that. The token should be there and the body should be to-do ID, right? That's it. That's all. And yeah, so delete to-do is taken that. Token should be there just because you need to be authorized for all of this, and that will be exactly here, and that will be taken to the body of this fetcher, of the header of this fetcher, sorry. Yeah, the only thing that I don't understand why it doesn't work, because it seems like it should be. So let's see what we are doing with add to do, for example, right? Add to do though is working fine because I have like this function here for it. As you see, mutation function where I take the data can be wherever, and I have it as a to-do schema, and then on success I invalidate the to-dos basically, but it didn't succeed for the other part. And yeah, this is for example how to add the to-do, right? So the same kind of way we are doing a use mutation from this mutation part here. So what I did there on the other part is just I surrounded this by that and I used mutate directly, so that's how it looks a bit different, but It's the same thing, same but different, you know. Invalidate query key to do's. I did that part, and Yo-Yo said mutation data ID string of delete to do data ID. Yeah, I did that, so all good there. For me it works. I put everything correctly. Yeah. Oh, why then? I don't need the then actually. Guys, come on, focus on success. Query invalidate queries, that is there. So here, as you see, this is the invalidation of to-dos, just because it happens the same that I need to invalidate the to-dos also for the delete to-dos part. So whenever I delete something, I invalidate queries also here. Right, so here I return that. I actually can just get rid of this. Okay, you know what, I'll get rid of this return, I'll get rid of this, and find that, I'll get rid of this as well. So that also works, right? And I don't need any async, any nothing actually. The thing is, now that I'm calling on click of this, I'm calling this mutate part, which is fine for me, but it seems not to work fine. Yeah, what a bummer. Let me check again, refresh this part. Now I have a problem. Let me see. Oh man. All right, I don't have any problem. Yeah, so seems like when I click this, the fetch returns that. So let me check. So the request method is a delete. That's fine, right? Seems you are getting the ID from the request.body at the backend instead of the rec.params. Fuck yeah, I think so. Yeah, you might be right actually. But why did I do that? Yeah, that might be it actually. Let me check. I did a simple mistake here, so I'm getting the to-do ID both in the body and I don't need it in the bodies actually. This guy is right. Oh man. So now actually it should be rec.params in the backend. So to do strings from rec.params, and that should be a type of string. Yeah, it's not type to type string. What do you mean? This should be as string, or this would be as like a request. Okay, what should it be like? So this saying params dictionary. First time that I hear of this params dictionary. I don't know what the hell is that. So the to do is actually coming from rec.params, and it cannot be coming like this. So, or you know what? This seems cool. Dot to do ID, and let's do this as called ID, and then just save us some time. Now it looks good, and it seems like that's fine, and this should be a string, right? Fine. Let me try that. If it works, then oops, then it's not working yet. Response, man. Success. Can you code me in your computer? Seems like you get an ID from the request.body at the backend instead of the request.params. Actually, you're right, but seems also still a big issue for us is that the params is there. Maybe I can actually check here. As you see, we are getting this, right? So let's check this part where it's not front end anymore, I think now. I will actually console log the ID. That's fine, right? Yeah. So now I'll try to delete something. Boom, 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 boom. And here, oh, it's undefined. Interesting. Yeah, it's undefined, and that is the part where it's broken. Yeah, we called it ID probably, that's why, but care where it is. Let me just try again. I'll run the server and I'll run the front end, so I see what it is. So I think whatever you call the param, okay, it works now. Boom, 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 boom. It works, yeah. It works because whatever I call the param, I need to call that param. So let me show you. But I seem actually to have a problem here. If I spam them, they seem not to be deleted, all of them. I seem like, for example, here to call this once, but if I delete it, it just shows me once and then it tells me, hey, there's an error, right? Record to delete is not there. But yeah, I need to wait whenever I delete this. And maybe whenever I click something, everything needs to be disabled until it gets deleted, right? Nice, so now our first to do. And here we go, there's it. There is it. Nice, so the onSuccess function takes some time. Thank you guys for spotting this. Honestly, without you, I would be lost. Yeah, then this ID can be string, right? Oops, not there though. I don't know how to do it then. ID. Can this work? No. Why always it should be like very complicated for this type thingy? Needs to be like that. The ID is missing on params dictionary. It should be there. Alright, cool, whatever. It can be whatever. I will leave it like that. I don't even want to specify any ID for it right now. Any type for it. Seems to be fine. Cool. That works then. If to do is there. And here we go. We have a to do type that we are not using here. Now though, we can either choose to return the to-do has been deleted, or maybe we can return the to-do itself that was deleted. But in both cases, it's fine. Whatever we try to put there, all good. All right. What language is this? Is this TypeScript with React, Node.js, all of them, like the MERN stack kind of thingy? Rapel saying, can you try my own framework? Yeah, I remember you in the chat before actually. So maybe you can share with me on Discord like more ideas about all of this, what you are building. And I will just make even a spare video about it. I don't have any problem doing that. So just contact me or even DM me or do whatever to reach out, and I will let you know. Where are you from? Originally from Tunisia, Tunis. All right, const to do, await Prisma to do, find many where user ID equal user ID. Yeah, that also we have it. Is this TypeScript? Yes. For smooth cursor moving, I think I took it directly from Lazy Envim, something like auto, like there. But hopefully you can contact me and I will share with you my Git. Then you will find everything there. By the way, our Twitch is a bit sleepy today. Nobody is there. Nice. Are you in Bali? No, I'm in Germany. Look at this guy. Said, I had an eye doctor with the same accent as this guy, and it was always so calming to hear him talk. Well, I'm happy that you actually enjoy my voice. Well, maybe I need to change my my live stream from like coding to ASMR. I have the keyboard though, which is perfect, and I just need to talk slow, right? Yeah, we are actually moving slowly. Yeah. I'm Britannia. I'm here. Came from TikTok, so we have a Twitch viewer now. Nice. So now we are not actually, we are trying to enhance it. You know what happened? Let me explain to you how we are actually moving forward, right? This is kind of cool because we had a lot of issues before, and these issues are really good to mention in the chat because people will actually get to know exactly what is happening. All right, so let me actually maybe record this, yeah, and maybe explain to you how things are. So we started actually with building this application as simple as a timer on top, right, and some white noises here, right? The thing is that this was a React spin up Vite kind of container, right, where we use TypeScript as well. And yeah, we continued like doing simple stuff. We didn't even think about using hooks. We tried everything to be done like with the simplest tools ever, so we can learn as much as we can. And by the way, we are doing this via live streaming every day. So every day I come up with a new challenge. We have like a to-do list like this one. Actually, I can show you that on my GitHub. You can go to this white noise project and you will see that I have this to-do list. For example, add in a fuzzy finder, add in Formic, add in TanStack, and each time we do something new, right? The thing is that when we added these kind of stuff that we, for example, TanStack and fuzzy finders and FZF, I will call it, the chat came up with a lot of questions. They said, hey, what if you have a backend already there? Can you maybe spin up an Express backend and show us how this works? So I had to create that dist folder for this, where I use like concurrently to run it with the front end plus like some other methods or commands to make them both work in tandem, right? The thing is that when we did this, it brought to our attention that our users, basically the viewers, want also to have an ORM on there. So we had like a big challenge to check which one we want to do. So we chose at the end Prisma kind of as an ORM, object relational model, right? And think about all of this that we are building in the application behind me is that each day you guys come up with a new thing. So you wanted also to use Passport.js, right, for auth basically, and for authentication we need middlewares part, right? So we ended up building these middlewares using like login route, also logout, and also you wanted actually to create a good config, which we called the GWT, I don't know, extractor. I think this is what it was named. And this means that whenever you are logged in, you want, for example, to edit the white noises or whatever. So we had to actually add a way to add these white noises. So it kept like growing, and things became like super long. And at the end, it just endless. And if you want me actually to share with you the application folder now and how it looks, the backend actually now has this configuration that I told you about, the GWT payload part here, the extract GWT part, where we actually check the token, if it's blacklisted or not. We check it into like a set. There is also this noises part where we can add files. I still didn't implement that in the front end. This is a check sanity to just check if the backend is working. This is the add to do part, the user part where you log in, log out. And by the way, right now actually we can get rid of this use authenticate middleware because we don't need it anymore. Because we know exactly that if you're not authenticated, you won't be able to call the profile, kinda. So because of the passport config.js. And why we are actually doing the to-do part now, because we created this fetcher function that changed the whole game. So now we have this fetcher function that contains like this generic type here, where it will return a promise of type whatever. That type is coming from Prisma. So let's say if you returns a type of to-do, you need to get exactly what will the backend return to you for that type, and you basically append it here. So for me, if I delete to do, I know exactly that this fetcher function will return a message of string. That's perfect, right? And that's it. So then we worked on a lot of other stuff like the types here. I inferred some types, I called some stuff here, I tested them out. We worked on this also, default options for the query client. We worked on a lot of stuff, the schemas part as well for certain stuff like the context schema, for example, the login schema, the register schema, the search white noise schema. So each time we are working on something new. And don't forget that we also have to build this use for hook React form or whatever it's called, React hook forms to build this forms that are really controlled, or actually they're not. We use a register here that shows you some errors if you do anything that is not liable to your schema, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so don't tell me that this is actually not cool. This is very cool, actually. Okay, Google sign in, this one we need to get rid of it because it uses Firebase. And as I remember, I deleted Firebase, so this one needs to fly. And that's it. I mean, we are moving slowly, step by step, and let's see where this goes, actually. Cool. Do you get it? Do you think this is a simple project? It started as simple, but then, as you see, it's bigger and bigger. What IDE do I use? I use NeoVim, by the way. Where are you from, brother? I just said that. I said that I'm from Tunisia. Derek said he knows a ton about React hook forms. That's nice. I need your help, man, at work. What is the backend for? The backend for actually storing white noises. So if I show you right now the application again. So now the application became like this. So you have to-dos on top, right? It's just too dummy. But as you see here, we have our first to-do. If you want to delete it, I'll just click here. It will get deleted. We have these white noises to share with the backend basically and stream them from the backend and the database basically to contain all these white noises. And also, yeah, that's it for now. Nothing much. Yeah. And for login, log out, and the auth part as well, because now if you see this, it works perfectly. If you want to go to the main page, it won't let you because the router is there, and then you need to log in to just go there. Yeah, perfect. Awesome. So we did a lot, not gonna lie. What the white noises for? It's just that you can listen to them. I can share with you an example. We actually implemented this part where if you, for example, I would choose 2 now. If you want a rain noise like this, and then you can append to it as if you are in a coffee shop. And now people are talking while there is rain. And funny enough, you can keep that and maybe add maybe a train noise. And I feel like I'm in a train right now, literally. These white noises are neat, nice. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. Some people will need this application 100%, and probably they will pay for it if I may monetize it at some point. Yeah. Hopefully you like it. Let me know. I do it at work a bunch. I'm the form guy. Derek Dunville. Nice to meet you, man. We will need you. Make sure that whenever I actually need a form guy, I will come back to the chat and hunt you and find you and hire you. Nice. Well, I just showed what I was building, so hopefully that you were here. But if you're not, this is the white noise app that, yeah, you can listen at some white noises, and that's it. And also we have a timer on top if you want to do like a Pomodoro timer. We have also break timer. We have some to-do lists like, hey, I want to finish with React hook form, and then add this to do, and then here you go. Yeah. You create websites for businesses? I do, but at my own job. But now I do this for fun. Yeah. Cool. So now actually I need one more thing. Is the toggle to do part. This is gonna be a bit edgy because I know. Let me show you. In my schema, I have some enums. Here you go. I have pending, in progress, completed, and incomplete. Yeah, so if it's incomplete, it's probably in your backend, but it's not active. I need to find the right CSS for all of them, and I need to make it very good. Yeah. But when I'm thinking about it, I don't know, maybe I will get incomplete out of the picture because really it's not necessary. Cool. Any questions? You from Netherlands? No, I live in Germany, but I'm originally from Tunisia. Tunis, like North Africa. Yeah. You seem pretty skilled. Did you make it to big tech yet? I worked at Adobe, but I hated it. I worked at Adobe and I cost them like 10,000 a month. And then after a year, they just let go of me because like the boss of the boss got fired, and then everybody else got fired under him, kinda. So the thing is that I still work with them, by the way. I still work with them. They still pay me, but I think my contract will end in 6th of June. So I'm waiting for a new job. If you guys want me to work for you, please let me know. I will be 100% open for work, and I will really enjoy it. What IDE you are using now? I'm using NeoVim. Yeah. Some guy is asking, do you know Johnny Sins? Do you know the block part of the application also? I just blocked this guy. Work for me, please. Kidding. Yeah, if you guys want to hire me, let me know. I don't cost too much though. Yeah. I'm using also the theme of Tokyo Night. Yeah. Yeah, sure. I mean, anybody who wants me to create for them something, please reach out, because I really enjoy doing that. Nice. I see that a lot of people are still on Twitch now. Cool. Yeah, my Twitch is not working properly. I think they are not showing the total viewers correctly, but yeah, I need to actually edit this. There's like this, there's a restream part of it, and I need to do that also. So I can actually block some comments and stuff like that. Let me block this guy. Cool. So do you have any questions maybe? What is model? Is this TypeScript? This model actually is just Prisma. Prisma attached to like some models. These models, you create them in a Prisma file, Prisma schema we call it, and then you migrate that schema into a database, and I chose PostgreSQL for that. How long coding did it take you to become profitable? What do you mean by profitable? Like to get a salary? 2 years, I think. 2 years of continuous projects. It got me my first salary. My first salary actually was really good. I think so. Because in Germany, we don't pay as much in the US, for sure. But yeah, around the 70K mark, like that was my first salary. And then jumped to 85, and then from 85 to 100, and so on and so forth. But yeah, I mean, we have euros here, not dollars, so it's totally different also. But the thing is that, yeah, they don't pay you more than 100 if you are not a senior, for example. Not graphs. What is that? GraphQL? No. Yeah, nice. Well, in 2015, I was in university. Actually, I finished university like bachelor in 2016. And then I moved to my master's directly from 2016 to 2019. And 2019, I started professionally with, 65, I remember. Actually, 65 or 75. I don't remember exactly, but it wasn't like that highlight. There was like a lot of bonuses. So for me, it was kind of, not very accurate. I was single. I didn't do anything. So I kind of had all the monies just for video games and food and snacks. That's it. How is job market for juniors in Germany? Actually, that's super bad, and it's really a taboo topic. Every junior that I know are having a lot of trouble finding a job, honestly, and it's really, really messed up. And I don't know what is happening, but I'm just telling you the truth, actually. All right, let me actually, I did some type here that is wrong. I think the type for my to-do needs to be pending. In progress needs to have, okay, here you go. I copied them, so I'm gonna copy this into here. So actually I can just be inside Word and stat. Okay, and then done. Do I have done? No, I have completed. I have pending, in progress. Let me just add this, which is incomplete, right? Yeah. And then I can just delete this. Yeah. Cool. This is a right one for me. Seems like this is the right to do. Why I am actually retyping some types because the front end and back end are actually two separate folders. So if you look at my folders here, the server is the backend, and this is actually inside a React project. So I will have like a package.json here, yeah, which uses React Vite. And here another one for the backend, basically. But yeah, I'm not proud of it. The chat pushed me to do this, actually. Yeah. But yeah, did I actually delete something? Yeah, I deleted the, let me see what I'm doing. So today we did the to-dos part, we added some functions, the route, also we added the delete part. The to-dos now has some functions to it. Maybe I will actually try to disable some kind of buttons whenever you're actually trying to delete a to-do, so you don't click or spam the delete button though. So disabling will help me actually query the backend once at a time. Yeah. Same in France. Yeah. Like it is everywhere actually. So Brit saying, can you talk about to code alongside AI? I honestly think that coding alongside AI is the best thing to happen for you right now to learn as much fast as possible. But the thing is that you need to understand this. If you don't know how to debug, then you will have a big problem. Because if you copy paste only and you don't debug what you're copy pasting, then you're not learning anything. And I remember actually getting refused from one of the biggest companies here in Germany just because he told me one thing. I remember that I actually was hopping a lot between languages. So he told me, maybe you just need to have code in the tip of your fingers. And that means that now when I'm writing actually a React hook or something, I write it typically from my head. Like I don't look anywhere because I got used to that. So I have it on the tip of my fingers. So I need to have that possibility. Maybe AI will help me with some regex, with some counter functions, maybe some population of some data function, maybe computations, also heavy ones like get this data form to this data form from JSON to strings or whatever, right? So that is welcome for AI to do, right? But for me to actually go everything with AI, then I will lose it. At some point I will lose it. I will be really hardcore on myself to actually do that. And maybe I will even lie to myself to say that I'm a senior developer if I do that. So yeah, you need also to know exactly what you're doing. Yeah. DBA right now? What is a DBA? Sorry, maybe I have a problem with with actually acronyms. Copilot is a maintenance for autocomplete and the IDE, not gonna lie. Yes, 100%. Copilot is cool, but I actually have them all disabled. As you see on my NeoVim setup, I don't have any AI just because I want to do it myself. And then I have disabled types. You know what? I have disabled types. So before I was coding like this. Whenever actually I do, let's say I'm on this fetcher part. If I just do k like this, it tells me what kind of promise it returns, right? So I don't know how, but I ended up actually with my LSP broken. So if I go here and I just press mash k to know what is the data type, which is now knowing that it has a token of type string, I actually was disabling that. So I had to keep everything in my head. And for some reason, people thought that I'm cracked because they thought like, how can you keep all of this on your head? You need to use AI or you need to use data LSP types that does that for you or whatever. But if I don't write any types, in my next interview, someone will ask me about a type and I will forget, right? So yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, and then I knew that how to fix it and I fixed it. Okay. Yeah, to write schemas. I remember first time I did forget how to write it, like z.object or z.infer or whatever. I know that there is something like that, but I didn't know how to do it. Same part here for React 10 stack router. I didn't know how to set like context for it. And then I realized that in the main.tsx you can do like default options like this here. One of them actually can be context, like you come here and you write context, but also you can do it here in the create router itself. And I passed like the query client, so I can use the query client inside its context, so I can call React query outside of React query, kind of like this. And it was really fun to do. So it's kind of cool. How long did you learn using Vim, and is it more comfortable than JetBrains products? I mean, right now I'm really more comfortable. Yeah. And then it took me around 2 months to get really, really good with it, right? If you want to actually become good at, like me, I think I'm not really that good. By the way, you see my screen right now, it's on Twitch, so you can actually go there and watch me as well. You will have the full screen, as you see. So what I wanted to show you is this part. If you go to my GitHub and you go to my projects and you go to exactly my NeoVim setup, you will have all my .m files or .dot files, whatever you call them. And like I did a sheet code sheet, kinda, or a cheat sheet, or how to call it, I don't know. With everything that I know. For example, DA that to delete outside the parentheses, which means including them, something like that, right? So yeah, it's so dummy and it contains everything. So yeah, just go there and try to copy it and you will be really happy with it, right? Do you want me to paste the link in the chat? Just type yes and I will do it. Yeah, sure. Let me just do it right now. Ah, you found it already. Cool. There you go. That's the link. And if no, you don't find it, let me know by actually joining my Discord. You can go to my profile on TikTok, join my Discord, and there you will find out my profile. Ping me, tell me, hey, can you share in the chat, and I will share it there as well. Cool. All good. Yeah, you are more welcome, guys, to be here as much as you want, and also and also be able to ask as many questions, and we will build these applications together. So I actually stream every day, by the way, so you can join me anytime. What do you use for the integrated terminal in Vim? I've used Toggle Terminal. I use Lazy Nvim, by the way. Someone actually asked on Twitch this question. I have also YouTube, by the way, and I'm streaming on YouTube as well. Yeah. Yeah, Lazy Nvim goated a lot. Actually, yes. As you see here, you have like even Lazy Git set up in it. So here I'll do adding to do delete parts, and I will push this. So the main actually is still behind, so I'll just pull that. Oops, I think my WSL is a bit having troubles today. I need to check why, but yeah, you know how much things we did. Look at this, look at that. This is all with the chat. Look at these. Holy shit. With a lot of PRs, people here, people helping, remove query and disconnect. This is, I think, from a guy called Pro Evils. He wanted just to do stuff like that. We have also Novsky, another guy from New York. He helped us a lot with editing some of the files and added also the white noises part. I will still do that part for sure, 100% to implement it in the front end. And we will be complete. Someday we will push this application to the cloud. Maybe we'll push it to some VPS together. We have to set up everything from scratch. So things are gonna be epic if you follow for sure. What application I'm building an application for white noises. So I will share with you again. That's my Twitch, by the way. Here you go. Now everything works. So now if I'm going to test it, I will share with you how it works. So now I will do, for example, live stream tomorrow about adding auth middleware or something like that, whatever, right? And then I will add it. It will basically, what happens is that invalidates the tools part. I still didn't work on this checkbox part, so now I just worked on this deleting part. So as you see, it deletes correctly. And if I check basically the backend part of it, or the network tab of it. I'll just here you go. There the to do is actually empty, and also the response is deleted. So here I called the delete with the ID parameter there. Okay, cool. Next thing though, you have this pop-up or tabulation for timers, and this works perfectly. You can reset this timer, you can start again, you can go for a break, also do the same thing, and reset it every time. Now comes to the fun part, which is the white noises. Very good noises though, very sometimes disturbing ones, but all of them you can combine them, like forest with lunchtime. Looks good. Yeah, also you can search. Let me search for coffee, and that's because also it contains C on lunchtime. And then the meditation part here, I still working on it, so it looks messy, but I will work on it later on. This will be hidden, so if you don't like any white noises here, you will put a URL on the bottom and it will just run a video that you liked on YouTube, but you don't have to go to YouTube or wherever, so you don't get distracted. Cool. Do you like it, guys? I think you do, so keep up. We will build it 100%. Yeah, Kilobyte said, where did you get the sounds? Yeah, they are open licensed, and I actually did a Python script, public tracks. This is where I got them. I put like some URLs from another app some guy did, and the Python script will kind of like scrape them, right? And that's it, and then they get downloaded automatically. Right now they are downloaded directly to our front end, which is wrong. Here in assets download, these are they, right? So now you have them, and I use them as a blob. So I have actually a util functions, not this one, a helper functions I call it, I think helpers. Yeah, here I just compare the blobs and I call them, and I call them actually in my app.tsx, which is very funny though. App.tsx, what? I don't have an app or main. I do have an app, right? Inner app I called. And then this router provider, I think something is wrong. Either I recalled it something else or index.ts maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think, yeah, I called it root.tsx, and then the root calls the outlet, but should be index.tsx inside here, and here you go. This is it, white noise blobs. Here where I actually make an array of them, and I show them there. So that works, right? Nice. Hope that answers your questions. Kilobyte in the chat. Nice. ChatGPT 03. This looks like clunky. No, I didn't use ChatGPT here. For Redux, I'm not actually using any state manager in this project because I cache everything and I use it. And for me, I actually do like TenStack query because kind of it has this cache possibility to cache some stuff. Yeah. I don't use NVChat, by the way. I use NeoVim directly with lazy nvim. Okay, I'll check that. I'll check. I just joined. What's the application about? Oh my gosh, everybody's asking about the same question. Flem's saying, you're him. Who's him? What's the difference between type and interface? You know what is the difference between them both? For example, here, if I go type, I feel like if I do this, it just gives me everything like very, very, very in a good way, and it yells at me whenever I have a problem with the type. But if I use interface, kind of like it goes like macroscopic and doesn't really show me the error once I have it. So let's say I want to access, for example, let's say const string str equal, for example, is of type noise, and then I do noise but title, for example. This can work, by the way, and you can still see what is the title from, right? So that works, but if you use interface, doesn't. So that's why I kind of like type more. Type yells at you more if you do a problem. What architecture the most popular or most common? With what exactly? Yeah, TS will look weird if you are coming from Java. Mo Apex said that. Cool. What architecture that I answered? How do you learn how to use NeoVim, for example, add the language and auto completion? That actually you can do with this configuration part. Oh, I have a problem. Yeah. So here I need to sync my plugins. All of these are plugins that you can use. That seems super cool actually. And I will keep updating my my NeoVim stuff until I have my own. But now I actually copied most of them from other people online, right? Yeah, I can actually restore some stuff. Let me restore. Yeah, see how it moves. Actually very slow. I don't know why. Yeah. Maybe I have another instance somewhere that is doing this problem. So update and then install. That's what I need to do. And sometimes when it says fetch means that there is something needs to be fetched here. Yeah, actually all good. Yeah. Cool. And I have also Mason. Mason does your configuration for auto completion, stuff like that, like CSS LSP, like Tailwind CSS language, TypeScript language server. All this stuff helps. What are we looking at? We are looking at nothing right now. We are just talking about the configuration, but my application here is just a white noise app. That's it. Don't you have to code it after installing it from Mason? Yeah, I have to code it. I have that all into Lua folder in my GitHub. You can join our Discord, then I will share it with you. Just tag me there and I will share it. Or maybe join our Discord and ask in the chat and I will share everything with you. So you don't have to ask too many questions. You will just have everything there. Actually, maybe I will do like an FAQ session part where I talk about all of this stuff and how I did it. Cool, thanks for asking though. Yeah. Actually, Next.js is more common when you talk about React right now because it has its own backend part and server-side completion and server-side rendering part. But right now, if you work with React, you will have a lot of troubles because your backend needs to be separated from it. Otherwise, you cannot build a full nice application using just React as a front end unless you have like some cloud serverless backend that you can use, which makes sense then. Yeah. The architecture here that we use is a MERN stacked architecture kinda, and it uses the MERN stack kinda. Yeah. Cool. So now what I should do is go and finish up with this to-do part. I feel like I can do it. So I actually need to go to my backend now. Let me forget about all of this. Open the server. And where is my routes? Maybe we can create some route here. We can do patching, like we have patch, right? Update, we don't have that. We have patch for sure. Patch, basically you can patch it with maybe complete or maybe status, right? And then you have finish status or edit status. Yeah, that would be nice. As a function that we still don't have. I can just go on top as if I am going to get it from there. So I can add it here. I call it edit status. And also we need something more, which is maybe patch, delete. We have that. Complete, incomplete, that's the status part. Yeah, I think edit, maybe. Routes.patch. And this would be like an edit part. Same like this then. Why should I do it alone? And edit to do. This is kind of the same thing but different. Yeah. Yeah. We can edit it, that's correct, or we can delete it and move on. So for this one, let's think about it later, right? So now let's do just the edit stats part, because I know that if you just checkbox that checkbox thingy input, then you need actually to just forget about it and see it as if it is done. So if I go here, I need to create a new function which uses the same thing, rec.params, and edit status, I called it, right? And I need to make sure exactly that the request will contain that ID, and also where ID blah blah blah. This is where we get that exact part, and then we can do edit, or maybe we can do dot. Is there something update? Yeah, there's an update, but it does accept a string is not parameter of select null and then omit it and then include or wherever it is. All right, so this is kind of weird. We can just do selection in this part instead. Let me see if there is actually one thing that we can do that. Maybe it means just data here, right? Yeah, it's data as a field, and maybe here we're just gonna do the status part, right? Status with ID and direct.body. So here we need to get new status basically, or maybe we can just do status. Let me z-top this so you can see with me from rec.body, right? That makes sense. And it's gonna be like that, but I don't know what I called it actually in the backend. Is it status or something else? Let me see. It's called, yeah, status actually. User ID, category, and status. Yeah, correct. And it needs to be pending, in progress, complete, and incomplete. So that's fine. Yeah, update to do. Maybe where should be there? Select. Yeah. I don't know. Boolean are undefined. The ID should be not any boolean at this point. Let me delete this part so we know what to do. To do of ID blah 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 has been updated, right? Issue with updating to do, that should be correct. Let me see what you guys are typing. You should look into TRPC if you haven't already. I have an ORM here and I still didn't think about doing our TRPC yet. I'm creating a bus app in React Native, Reach Native type. If you would use those schema, you could just pass in the schema into the input of the Prisma route. Yeah, I actually have a validate schema part, so I have it here. Where is it? Middleware, yeah, middleware, and I have validate data. You see, this validate data takes a schema and checks if your schema is correct. But then I will drop it for this one now. I will add it later on, because the schema will be literally just a body, like a status. That's it. I use it for login and logout stuff here, which is correct and fine. User register and also user login, and you will see it on my routes. Where is it? Ah, here you go. Validate data. You see, and you pass a schema to it, and it will accept it, kinda. All right, let's not spend too much time in there, and let's finish up with this. Now I need actually to know, how can I update something like that? Update where? I thought that where will work. Where ID, yeah, and then you just pass data. But it seems not to work like that, right? Oh, it actually does. So all good actually, right? Yeah, does that look good for us? Yeah, this is Express.js, yeah. Some guy said, hey bro, how's your JS level? So terrible lately, so terrible. Hopefully it gets so much better. Awesome. Thanks for asking though. Cool. Sure. So how many people we have now? We have 13,000 people. Thanks a lot, guys. Honestly, that's amazing. We have 13,000 followers, and we need to go more and more. We need to find out a way to reach 50k and so much more. I don't know how to become that good, but I think my niche is very small. Like it's just people who are interested in coding, and it's not that big. The difference between JavaScript and Java is two different things. One serves backend mostly, and one serves web development applications like what I'm doing right now. Yeah. So you need to be careful also with whatever you choose. Cool. So here we have the ID from the params and the status from the body, and to be honest, all good for me. I can take that into consideration, and I'll pass the new status there. I need to also invalidate that query for that exact to do though whenever I update its status. So let's actually go to the front end now and update that. So I have the to do here, and I need to just to do update to do status or something like that. Export const update to do status. And it can be async to do ID. Actually, it needs to be either the status or added the to do itself, kinda. But let's do that in another API function. That's fine. Then later on, maybe we need to do it on another way. But yeah. All right. Cool. I will just copy the same thing for now, just to be able to paste this directly. So we don't need the to ID actually here, because we need the status actually, which is a string. That's totally fine. We need the token, and here updates, right? Oh, we need the ID actually. That's totally 100%. But we need the body part now. All right, cool. We need the method to be patched though, and we need the body to be status equal to whatever status we are passing there. So I might actually just pass it here into the update to do part. Status equals string. Cool. I mean, yeah, why not? Why use Java over Python? I don't think that Java or Python is like a big question. You choose this or that. That's it. You're using Dracula here. Now Tokyo Night as a theme, and NeoVim actually. Hey, what course are you using? Did you use to learn? I used like one of the courses that stand out to me is one from Colt Stile. His name is Colt Stile. He's on Udemy. You can like search Colt Stile web development course and you will find it. I learned from that a lot, especially the structure in JavaScript, like a lot of data structure stuff in TypeScript. I learned from him, and I moved step by step into other stuff. Yeah. Cool. Now that we have actually this working out, fetcher, message, string, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Correct. Nice. Now let's go to that list to do part and make it happen. So this one should be unchecked, right? That's fine. On change though, right? On change though, needs to be another mutation function for that. Interesting actually. Now we are gonna create two mutate functions. Interesting. Okay, let me just actually change this one to delete mutation, and just use it on the right path, which is here, delete mutation dot. And then the next thing though, you need to do the same thing here. Actually, you know what? Why we're making our life harder, I would make something simple. I would do an on change function, right? Const on checkbox change, and this takes an event. Basically this event can be change event handler for input event of input checkbox, oops, input HTML element, input HTML attribute, or input HTML. Why I cannot find anything actually? Checkbox. Yeah, this is where I hate input HTML element, maybe. Okay, I'll try to find out element. Element type rep, HTML DOM element, HTML line element, HTML blah blah blah. Yeah, I have everything but input. Oh man. Alright, I will search HTML input. Yeah, here you go. How hard was that? Sure. Man. Okay, let me just do it like this. So on change that or on toggle or wherever, we can make now this mutation work. So we'll make sure that if e.target.value equal checked, maybe, because checked or not checked, I don't know. Checked, we will call that mutation.mutate part. So it's gonna be a new mutation, const status mutation equal use mutation off. Mutation function here would be using interesting ID of string, and also status of string. Wait a second, we don't need the status actually. Status will be dependent if it's checked or not, right? All right, cool. Let's then fix this to be edit status, or what did I call it? Update to do status. Let me take this status part, or actually I need to pass it. For some reason I need to. Okay, let me think about it. Edit status. Did I actually export it? Yes, I exported. So I will just copy that into here. This will be my that. Takes ID, and then it will take onSuccess function. The onSuccess function can be the same, right? That is it. Yeah. So the thing is, now I need to upload that. Where is it coming from? So from the app to do. So this one should be updates to do status. So we don't have a lot of things. And now here it needs a status, right? Which is a string as well. Man. So we are close to something. Here we need just if value equal check, then mutation. Actually, I will write it very simple. Like, I'll just do that will be mutation over status mutation dot mutate, status mutation dot mutate of that ID. Yeah, interesting. We need to pass also the ID for this, right? Cool. Then that's a bit scary, because then we don't need to do it on top here. We can do it on the bottom part of the page. Now it makes sense. Let me check that. Let me also charge my lightning, because I have like some light that I put on the side of my screen. All right, so this probably will need exactly what the mutation will use from the top part, which is the ID and string. And this can be ID and status, right? Cool. Then this one here on check, on change, we need to take that E port and do on check change, take that E port and take the to-do.id and also take the check port, yeah, the toggle port, yeah, because this one could be the value. Actually, we don't need it, so we just need the ID. Interesting. And then based on the if it's checked or not, we will pass the status to be pending, or checked means complete, and if not, it will be the same. But yeah, be word, and then this would be pending. Yeah, pending as a status seems to have a lot of problems, but that's fine for me. And to-do ID here needs to be string. Change event handler cannot find name. Change event handler, it should be right. Checkbox event handler or change handler. Yeah, that sounds fine for me. But can you guys know what is here exactly? Let me search for it. Change event, maybe change event HTML input element. That's what I used. Also here, I used it somewhere else. It's called change event HTML input element. So that should be HTML input element. Cannot find name change event. I need maybe to import that. What? Okay, import. I don't know that you do that change event. Yeah, from React. It's an interface actually, which is really cool. All right, now we have problems with the update to do status, so that's all good. Yeah, cool. It says that it accepts a string and a string, ID of string and a status of string, but the message that comes back as string is not sellable to mutation of type message string and string. Okay, so target provides too few arguments, expected 2 but got 1. This is it. Actually, it should return the update status to do. And let me just go to this definition. I'm not reading your comments, guys, sorry for that, but hydration issue. What is he making? I'm making a form. Yeah, and I'm making like a to-do list part where you can check box some like to-do list, and you will be able to actually edit it accordingly. Yeah. Hey, what course are you using? Did you learn? I answered that question. I answer a lot of your questions, guys. Can you make a plugin more useful for professionals? Maybe in the future I would. Yeah. Can you show the website? Yes, I can, for sure. Right now it's yeah, it's not working properly, so let me actually change that part and I will get back. All right, so here the mutation function have a problem for some reason. The update of the status needs to have, yeah, probably needs only the ID. We don't need that status part of it, right? The status can pass to the mutation, but we need it still here. Okay. So status mutation dot mutate, and that what is calling this one here, and it gives it the ID of that, and on check change or on input change, right? Let me do this smart renaming on input change. Where is it expected? So this is the problem, right? Expected assignment to call and then there is this expression that's not working. Interesting. Let me see what is it. Oh, there is actually no error for this, but let me check. I'll add a to do just to see how it works. Yeah, now it's getting problems from the backend. API profile is not working. npm run dev. Edit status. So there is nothing. Control noises has now exported edit status. Where is that? In route.ts? Oh, wait a second then. Maybe the routes has a problem. So these are the controllers. This is edit status and it's exported. And then the route then needs to know where is that coming from. Ah, not noises. Oh my gosh. Here. Now it works, right? Should be. Here you go. This is the application how it is right now. It's broken because this get profile is not working. For some reason it's saying the post request is not having any reply, so I will just run the whole thing again. Yeah, so now it works. Cool. Let me just show you then the part of it. So now if I add to do, I just add one, which is test. The moment I type here, there is this issue, which is the patch part, says 404 not found. For this, oh, delete. Oh, that's some problem. It's not delete. It's status. Yeah, it's status. So I copied something wrong. 1 second. My front end is wrong in something. Yeah. It's the API route. Yeah, for to do should be status. So now let me just do it again. If I do this, cool. Actually, it does do something. The to do actually became as if it's done now. So we can check that. The completed should be right. Category data pending. Interesting. So then the to-do has been updated and it's still pending. Yeah, probably because of the value, right? Yeah. Even though here that it says that the to-do actually didn't get anything here in the request payload, which is really weird. It should be something there. Yeah, so the payload needs to have a status, and in that case, guys, please ask any question you want so I can answer it. Whenever I look at the chat, I don't find too many questions, so I keep going. Yeah, this is not VS Code, by the way. This is not Next.js as well. Yeah, so VS Code, yeah, I use it sometimes, but not really lately. So I use NeoVim, and I have everything set up, so you can check it out in my GitHub actually. Nice. Helix beta. What is Helix though? Is it something that I'm not aware of? Something new? I knew that there's something called Linux lately. Would you recommend switching to Linux from Windows? Yeah, I recommend it if you just like to actually go through it and learn more about Linux commands and so on. That would be a really good thing. But you don't have to switch. You can install WSL. Oh, something called Helix Editor, like Helix Editor. Helix Editor. Look at this. This looks cool actually. A full website about it. Let me see documentation. Oh, okay, nice. Okay, so it's just NeoVim but prettier. Nice thing. I didn't know that it exists actually. My NeoVim setup is here in my GitHub. And yeah, from my experience, I tried something yesterday. Code, it's not called, oh man, I forgot about it. I tried something yesterday that one of the chatters actually mentioned, and it's really, really on crack. It's really new, actually. I don't know. I forgot it. But yeah, you can say the next big thing that I use is Claude. Claude seems to be fine for me. Yeah. As an LLM, I'm talking about. Yeah. Maybe actually I will look into it. Let me check. Because I checked it yesterday. And I'm sure that I can find it. How can I check my history? Oh my gosh. I think yeah. No, not here. This is the download part. Let me check. I think yesterday we checked it out and it was really amazing. It was, yeah, Bolt New, it's called Bolt New. Honestly, one of the best websites that I ever used. Yeah, I'm gonna save it actually for coding. Yeah, it did a lot of stuff that I asked it for and it was amazing. Yeah, cool. Glad you asked. Now I can share with you this one. The one that I use mostly now and I like a lot is Bolt New or Claude AI. Check it out, it's really amazing. That's nice, Africa, that's nice. I wish you all the best. Yeah. Adam also said, yeah, about the LLM. I actually commented below which LLM you need to try. Cool. Now I'm actually trying to find out why this is not working. So if I just checkbox this one, based on the value, it's nothing is actually passed into the status part. So there's something wrong with it. So the status parser needs to be exactly what you pass in here in this onChange function. And for my mutation here, I might need to destructure these two, or using them directly on change like this and then into the mutate part. Seems to be working still, not as intended. So when I do status mutation.mutate, seems to have a problem. Type complete has not properly come with mutation message string, error string unknown. Weird. Interesting. I need to find out why. Does this one return a message of string? That's fine. It's API to do status, to do ID, and then the request of the status will go down. So it takes it to do ID and takes also the status, which is fine for me. So here I give it the ID. So whatever ID it is, I pass it here. And I have the change event over there. Maybe I need to console log this, console.log e.target or e.current target value. Should be checked, I think so, but let me check that. Boom, boom, on, off, on. What the hell is on? Expect on is just returning on for some reason. Interesting. Maybe we have a problem. And check, maybe checked equal false. That should work, right? And then it.target.checked, maybe that should be a field. Then true or false. It returns always true for some reason. Because maybe we don't change it as a form here. It needs to be like a registered form type or something like that. Okay, cool. I need probably to set up like a state for it. But I don't like that. I want it to be like as if it's a simple form. Now we are actually going away from this form part. Yeah, I get it. All right, this will take some time. So what are you coding? I'm coding actually on check change. That's what you want me to change it to. All right, I'll change it. On checked change, right? Seems like it's always true whenever I actually check for this part. Where is it? Checked, right? Equal. If that's true, let me do it like that. Type complete has no properties in common with mutation. It should be. Because this status should be string, right? Or not actually string. It should be enum basically. And that enum needs to be from the type of the to-do part. Interesting. Whatever, now I'm not actually gonna spend too much time in it, but this should be by default also something like incomplete or pending, right? Like this. Yeah, but I would rather not put it there. All right, let me check that if that changes anything. All right, let me check also the network tab. So here, if I click this, it just calls the backend, but it doesn't pass the status part. To do of whatever is been updated, and then it's still pending. Weird. Help. Z said that he's stuck in what they call the tutorial hell. That's totally fine, man. You can keep learning as much as you can, but start building as soon as possible, right? Yeah. Pro Evils is in the chat. Welcome, man. Expected an assignment of function call instead saw an expression. Where is that though? Oh, 1 second. On check change, blah, blah. Expected an assignment on a function. What? So an expression. That seems to be odd for me. I don't even understand what is that. But type complete has no properties in common with type mutation, message string, and error string unknown. Yeah, 1 second then. This is the mutate part, right? So it accepts whatever I have for the to do is here. So the status needs to be from direct body. The ID is coming from direct params. That's fine. Also here, I have this API to do status. Wait a second, I need to actually check if it is the same with the route, so I don't actually mock myself. To do status, that's correct. So fine. And then the to do ID, and then the body needs to be having that status, which is a type string. Yeah. Cool. So then the list to do is here. The edo target are checked. I think here the problem is that this input is not even controlled at all. So I need probably to make a form for it, and I give it like a value, which makes sense. So on change of that, we need actually to track it to have a value also, or something like that. But I'm not sure actually. Right now I'm just lost. What are you on now? I am on the part where I actually, if I tick a checkbox, it actually make the to do done, complete or incomplete, basically. Yeah. Cool. So don't change here. Yeah. Probably state will fix my problem, right? But I don't want to do that because there will be multiple states for this. Maybe a form would be nice. All right, let me actually make a form very quickly. All right, const form equal use form. In this case, I'm gonna use yeah, I'm gonna use simple React hook form, right? So I can actually destructure this into register and submit and also errors. I don't think errors is needed, but at least register and submit we needs to be there. And here I think default values will need to be there, and default values can be just checked or not, right? Checked equal to true or empty or whatever equal to false. That should be it, right? I think so. Handle submits should be used, and I'll put that into a form here exactly on top of this. If instead of div, I'll put a form. But instead of handle submit, I will do handle change, and that would be exactly here, right? Handle on change, basically on change. The same thing I think here. Yeah, on change it would be handle submit instead, right? And it will take that. All right, let me check. Handle submit off with all of this, and this needs to be register. Actually, it is like this: register, and then checkbox. That's what I called it, right? Oh no, I called it checked, or checkbox maybe. Yeah, I will leave it as checkbox, fine. I will also probably need to give it a name at this point. And I will change everything here basically to something else, maybe status checkbox, something like that. That will be better. And then also there. So whenever actually we do something different here, yeah, here we go. The handle submit can take actually mutation.mutate directly instead of what we're doing here. But the thing is, how can it take the default value like of that? I think that's fine. We can actually get it from here. Now if I console log the value and see what it returns, that will be epic if it returns the correct value. Otherwise, I think here I still have a problem with that E part. You know what, I'll just handle submit and I pass on check change directly, and I know that this will take the ID of string, so this needs to be taken the ID string. Yeah, to do .id. And based on that value of it, then we can know exactly what is happening. But how can I access the value? I think in this case, let me check actually something like my login page or login form there. Yeah, the login form actually does the mutation as well. If you use in data, and the submit is taken from submit part, and then I pass the data directly, and the data is destructured into the mutation. Interesting, actually. Yeah, correct. This might be actually done correctly like that. Interesting. Okay. Let me see. are using use form just to fix the checkbox. You were using eta target value and presumably run into on for every click. You're supposed to be eta target.check. Yeah, I did it like that and it returned true for everything. So I was thinking that maybe if I change it to a form, that would be actually having a form for each to do, and that would be like good separation of concern. That's it. Yeah. I don't know, it sounded to me like that would be better. And as you see here, eta target.check. I don't know, like this, the form, because here I'm actually having a list of to-dos, right? And every change of that checkbox will let me know which status I'm gonna do for that checkbox. Because I don't have a status for that though. But as you see here, checked is false as a default. And maybe I need to take that off. Let me think about it. The on-handle check. Yeah, takes what exactly what it give, like the handle submit here does. Let me see in the front end what is happening though. Yeah, there is like this status issue. I can return it to show you what was the error. So I'm not gonna use form here, and I showed you here it's expected an assignment function call instead of an expression. So if e.target.checked is true, then basically do that. Otherwise, mutate with that. Yeah. So the type of complete here. This is what it was before. And I will take this one here. And the thing is that I don't understand why this is like that. If I actually get data here, for example, which is the event and the to-do ID, which is the string ID here, and I pass it here, it says type of complete has no property in common with mutation options. Error, wherever. I don't know why it says that, because maybe the string is not accepted. The strings needs to be a type of enum. Let me actually bring that type. I have it somewhere. Yeah, I have the to-do type, right? You see? So I can make a small type for that enums. So I can say type statuses, status equal enum, or actually I can do equal to do of that status, and then it will be done correctly if I just pass it here as on top. And not there, sorry, here. And this one should be type of status, yeah. Where is that update to do status is coming from? Yeah, come from there. But it returns a message actually, which is fine. So what seems to be the problem here? Is this NeoVim? Yes, it is. Use mutation for me here. I'm using it just for the part where yeah, let me actually the part where I'm actually editing the checkbox that I'm showing right now on the screen. So this is it. Let me show you. Here I have a new to do. Let's make a new to do, right? And it's added. If I can click this, it's deleted the other one. So now you see that I clicked here, and that called the network tab with this to do, right? And it's saying to do of ID blah 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 has been updated, but the payload is empty, which I'm really surprised by, because the bodies should have the status, right? And if I do it again like this, it does have to do to do is not updated as before, as it should be updated, because then it needs to be changed to completed, right? But it's still pending in both ways. Yeah, it's pending everywhere. Even if I click it again, I call to do's and it's still pending, which I'm not sure why, but I think it's just types issues right now. How this complete has nothing to do with the type of mutation option, because I'm calling status.mutate, so I'm calling at the end this function. Interesting. Let me read what you guys are saying. This is React, yeah. You just shared something, I don't know, let me see. On change e checkbox e.targeted check. Yeah, but that's what I used, right? So let me actually do it like this. Then instead of doing all of that, let me just copy this part here directly to see if what you just said is correct or not. Because honestly, at this point, I feel like this is not helping me, but there's still a problem. So, oops. So here you go. This is the on change part, and I will console log e, right? Nice. e.target.checked, or maybe current target it needs to be. Yeah, I see it working, but I need to see it also on my application log in that. That's what I meant, right? So here, yeah, it's false true. ID is not defined, it says. Okay, so there's a problem with the ID. To do.id, to do.id. So you see here, if the e.target.checked is true, basically it needs to actually call this mutate function, otherwise it calls this mutate function. But maybe I'll just call one, and based on the, can I pass actually here e.target.checked, otherwise that, otherwise do pending. Yeah, argument of type pending and complete is not assignable to parameter mutation options. Man, why? It should be, right? Okay, then you know what? I will actually also copy the same type and pass it here. And I need actually to get that to do type. I think it's used somewhere here, right? No. Yeah, this is, yeah, it is actually. And then use it here. Then this will not fire again. No, it's still. All right, let me try again. So this is as if it's working now, but to do part is pending. And then if I do this, calling that with a payload of empty. I don't know why my payload is empty though in the response, but this to do is still pending. So now it's like this. So here you go. Right now if I click this and click back, let me show you how it actually shows. Console.log the e.target .value or checked, yeah, checked. That's fine. So false true, false true, false true. That's totally fine. So if it's false, it needs to call pending, right? And if it's true, then it needs to call complete with that to do ID. Now it's false again, but now it's true, like it should be complete, right? The thing is, that I remember that I did, is that the status here needs to be passed as a status into the body, right? And then in the backend, I have this edit status part where it gets the status from the body and then it passes it as a new data, basically. Maybe this is wrong here, but funny enough, it says, hey, to do of ID blah 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 has been updated. Maybe actually this is where I messed it up. Yeah, maybe guys, you need to check with me that, but update to do Prisma or whatever. I need to check something. Root functions, Prisma, update, right? So let's check update where data. Okay, so seems to be fine because the ID needs to come from the rec.params. That's fine. And the status needs to be coming from the rec.body. That's fine. I can actually even console log them all. Console log ID and status and try again. And maybe now I will just do this for fun. npm run dev. I didn't see it actually happening or working in the first place, so let me see now. Yeah, so the status is undefined. Yeah, so the status was the issue anyhow, so that was the problem. So we need to find out why the status is undefined though, because now this is API to do status update, basically. That's the patch part. And the status is undefined, so it's come back as undefined. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, so the problem is not backend. Backend is dope. Now is the problem with this. So the status needs to be coming from the async function of the update status, and it passed directly to the body of status. Here you go, where I use the body of description here, for example. And that's totally fine. Then now I will check my my page. And let me in the meanwhile maybe check your comments. How to share my screen in OBS. Basically I use OBS for sharing my screen here, and it does the job for me. Yeah. Mutate ID status. Let me see. 1 second. The mutation part here needs to be I mean, like, it should be destructured at this point. Okay, let me try that. 1 second. I'll return this. Yeah, so this is that same thing, honestly, but it says argument of type string is not assignable to type void. Where is that? Mutation.mutate, right? That's mutation.mutate. Returning, that's returning, so all good. No, I think it was correct. Yeah, let me read again what you did. That's my guess without being able to test things myself. You are using multiple, which means that the mutate has to be ID and status, you mean? You mean like this? Yeah, okay. Let me try. Oops. This is not where I should be. Here we go. Interesting. So now this is not working because this shouldn't be like that. It should be probably like this and surrounded by that to be able to work, but that doesn't work as well. Yeah, let me just make it simple, and I will call actually complete directly, right, to just make sure that that's not the problem. So here I'll surround all of this with that, and I will then do the same part where I did it here, actually to destructure these, and that's it. Property of status. Interesting. The mutation function gets the ID and the status. So ID of type string, status of type status, and then object literal problem again. Weird. Object literal may only specify known properties, and to do does not exist on type to do. Does not exist on type string status. What to do has to do with this? It's just to do.id is at this point, right? And to do does not exist in type. Oh. Yeah, now the mutation function is not happy with that. Honestly, man, I don't know what is happening. It's kind of strange how it's like, look at this one here. It took the ID directly, it has no problem with that. The moment I added like something new to it, it started to crumble, and this is the problem for me now. I don't understand what is happening. And believe me, this seems to be fine if I pass like to the mutation multiple maybe yeah, multiple values or whatever. Let us actually return it like this so we can use it into a separated function. Maybe that will help. The only thing that I seem to be not happy with is the fact that it's not accepting the status at all. Like the status here is not being even called out. Here the ID though, okay, maybe this is also a problem. The ID is being a string, right? And the status is being whatever. And I'm hard coding it, so yeah. Yeah, Pro Evils here said, you often say you don't know what is happening, but the red text tells you what is happening. Yeah, the red text is basically what I need to explain as well, or maybe translate. But in this problem is that the red text is saying that, yeah, you are having a wrong type, but I'm sure 100% that the type is correct. That's where I said I don't know what is happening. You passed the object incorrectly. For example, you wrote to do ID status instead of ID to do ID status, etc. Then rather fix that, you undo it all, try something else completely. So you mean here, right? Yeah. Like that. Yeah. I get your point. Yes, that was a mistake. But then maybe we need also to destructure this port at that point. But yeah. Let me just then return what it was. It was delete mutation. No, it was here. Don't change function. Have an event probably. Here I will just use one mutation, which is the status mutation. Dot mutate, and this takes. We set an ID, right? ID of to do dot ID, right? And the status to be complete. Let's do it like this. Stop here. That's it. We see how this will work. By the way, I forgot to add something. Is declared but never used. That's fine. If you check it, then all good. Cannot find a name of ID. Oh, wait a second. That's fine. All right. Alright, I will try to kind of copy this as you said and see how that works. Alright, let me also see what is the mutate accepting. So the mutate needs to accept the variables object to pass to the mutation function. So the mutation function on top has ID and status. That needs to be accepted there, so I have it to do ID and the status being complete. All of that is fine. I will just type that into AI and see what it has for me. Can I inspect this? No, I cannot. Alright. Can I actually copy this part? Interesting. I cannot move my cursor. Into visual mode. Into V-line mode. Alright. The on success though. You mean this one here? You're passing a string for the options on success. Let me see here what it does. Yeah, this one has the error ready for us. Should be, right? It says here. No, this doesn't. So all of this is actually not correct. Let me do npm run dev again to see if it actually picks it up. It picks everything correctly. Then I'll do the npm run lint. So to see the lint report, I think we will have an option where it actually looks at that, but it doesn't show it into like a full error like this. Yeah, like it was showing it in there. But I can type it. All good. Jeff, yes, I think this might be correct. Hey, Novsky, how are you, man? How is everything going with you? Yeah, I think, you know, in my head, what is happening is that the mutation can also take only one argument, and that's why it's working like that. So I have an idea. Data, right? And I will come back to explain to you what I'm doing here. Just return that get const. Man, it should be data as of type of whatever. Okay, so this should be ID status from data, right? And then mutation here can take data directly, and then I'll do just const data equal here id to do the id status to be complete, let's say, right? And I would say complete task or something. I would call this complete task, and then I will pass complete task. All right, now at least my errors are not that big. It says here data does not exist on type void which is of type void. Where is it? So now I have the ID and status there. I can make this data be of type ID string and status of type whatever I added, but I will do string again. Type is string. Okay, so I will use the same thing what I used with that type on top. So I have, as I have the to do type, I did it not so long ago. I was like const or type status equal to do of status key. So then I will just do this as to do or status, right? So now we come back to the bigger issue now, which is one thing that is wrong now. It is the argument of type ID string status string. That's correct. So this one status needs also to be told that it's not of type string, right? So this one is type ID string, right? It's fine, but status is of type status. Yeah, so now type completed. Ah, okay, wait a second. Complete is not signed with type pending. Do you mean complete? Right, that's fine. Now I see no errors. Seems better. So the mutation accepts one, right? I like Pro Evil said, no, stop, and then, well, that's one way to do it. Yeah, at least so this seems better, right? I know that I use the mutations everywhere, but let's test it out, right? At least that can make us sure. All right, now it's not doing anything. The patch function is not working at all. And the problem is that the payload is not passing, I think. All right, preview response, I have no response. Is the backend down? Yes. npm run lint again, npm run dev. Let me share my screen now. So this is the development environment part. So boom, here you go. 200 patch payload status completed. Response. This was my problem. This only thing that was my problem actually. And then here you go. It's completed. Thank you everybody who actually said that it needs just one variable. And yeah, here you go. This is the part where it works. Interesting. I didn't know that actually. So now we need to know exactly what is happening. So now I will take that E, right? I will do const checked equal e.target.value or target.checked, right? Checked complete task or change task, right? Should be whatever I need to have, and then status, that's fine. And here the only thing that will change, if checked, then do completed, otherwise do pending, right? And here should be changed task, right? And then there will be one part where I need to check that. So the to do description here, I will put it into a class like a span or something like that. I will surround this with a tag and I'll do a span, and I would say this: if it's a class name basically of this, of that, and then I would say if to do dot status Yeah, that's right. Yeah, status equally completed. Why it's actually not working for me? Yeah, because I need to put it into like yeah. If to do dot status equal completed. Where is it? Completed. Then I think it's called line through. I think line through. What is the class name for Tailwind for that? Line through, or yeah, line through, right? Else nothing basically. And in this case, if nothing, I would just put text green or something like that, just to know that it's nothing, right? Here you go. It's completed now. Boom. We need to invalidate, right? Are we invalidating that? Yeah, we do. Actually, yes. No. Wait a second. The limitation actually does invalidate that. So check. To do completed. Check again. Still pending. 1 second. Yeah, this is strange. What is my mistake here? I don't think so. That I know my mistake. Maybe chat, you can let me know, but for me, let me read your comments. What theme is this? It's Tokyo Night. Exactly. All right. ID string, status string. Yeah, it's not a string. It's an enum. That's why it needs to be changed. Yeah, it's a very annoying bug, honestly. Yeah, I agree with you guys. Let me see that which part. You shouldn't have to invalidate if you aren't caching to do state. If I'm adding to do, I need to invalidate because then it will always cache them out. Yeah. What's up, Pro Evils? Nice. All right, so this should be able to refactor a lot of types, but user reference correct. Invalidate if you aren't caching to do state. You shouldn't have to invalidate if you aren't caching. Are you sure about that? Because now, let me do that into a comment. Okay, let's see if that will work. I think it won't though, but refreshing this. Here you go. So the ID of this and the payload is completed. And now, it should always be doing that, because now the checkbox part is equal to e.target.checked. Console log that. Maybe checked is always false for some reason, or it's true. Let me go to the console part and check. Yeah, it's always true for some reason. Now it does make me wanna cry, but yeah, let's check. Why it's always true though? Now we have the problem that this checked part is always true, and I honestly don't know why. Should this be change event of HTML input element? Maybe HTML. No, it should be HTML. Okay, I won't bother with that. I've type learning and I'm not. It's for me. I love the way it looks though. Is anyone in the chat good in Spring Boot? I'm losing my goddamn mind with my API. Which Linux I'm using? I'm using WSL. Yeah, it's 3 a.m. and we still didn't figure out what is the problem with this change inbox. Oh man. Why now it's not changing? Then I have no idea. Change the task. So basically here I just put that for it to be correct as I intended to be, but the status will be always correctly based on the checkbox. So the checkbox is a problem here. It does not return the correct thingy, maybe. Checked is never reassigned. That's fine, true actually. Let me just console.log e.target.checked. At this point, I'm really I'm not binding anything actually, and I think I don't need to for some reason, but it's always true. Interesting. So if I add a new text, let's add a new test. Let's see. It's not. The moment that I check it, then it will always be true. Okay, test. Yeah. Should I bind something? That's the question now. Who knows how to code in Java? Need help with JDBC. I think that's one of the things why I quit Java actually. Please explain the code logic. Here we are actually trying to do a to-do list where if you check certain value of the change box, which is the input that we are actually trying to change, which is a checkbox, you will be able to change if it's crossed or not. This the to-do part. To-do not status though, to-do dot description or status, yeah, status. Based on the to-do status, if it's completed, then it needs to pass a line through, otherwise it needs to be text green, I said, like of 100 or something like that. But it seems not to be working for me. Now I'm doing that again. Yeah, test. Now text is there, but should it be like rendered in a state somewhere? That's what I don't know what to do with it. It just worked for a second though, when I had one thing to do with it. Interesting. Should it be an on click maybe? I think on change should be the best part, right? Yeah. Maybe because all of them have the same name, that would be also a problem. Where is it? Type checkbox. Do I have checked is always false? That's a problem, I think. 1 second. Yeah. So it takes also a bit of time to just do this. Yeah, I found the problem. So now I will share my screen just to show you that. I will check. I will not actually put anything here, and I'll maybe do this as an end operator and just delete this part. So now if I just refresh this part and I share my screen here, what is happening is that if I click here, now it becomes it should not actually be like that. 1 second, let me see. Both of them are done, right? Okay, so now if I click one, needs not to have that line through though. Maybe it's not actually changing status, so we need to check that part. The to-dos part is coming back and it's completed for both, and then if I just do that, it's still completed for both. Pending for this one, and as you see here, it's just open. So if I do this, if I do that, nice. If I do that, the thing is why it jumps below. Maybe that's an issue that we need to target, but all good for me now. Yeah, and it needs to revalidate actually this part, but maybe I take that out and see what happens. You see, if it doesn't invalidate, then things will not update, right? Maybe also I need also to sort them. Yeah, I need always to sort them kind of based on the created time, so then they don't jump like that. Cool. I mean, this is a way to approach it, but honestly it's a bit cumbersome. I have the type everywhere. I need to extract that type somewhere. Yeah, or I can do it like this. Let me just show you guys in the code. So I have this type of status, right? And this will be type of the mutation part, or maybe type of edit status. Maybe I will call it whatever now, okay? And that will be ID of string. Or actually I can omit something from this to do. Why should I actually do it like this? I can actually go here and just omit from the to-do type, right? That's the variable part. Yeah, and I will omit exactly, or I will pick exactly two things. All right, I will pick to do and then pick the status. Can I pick two things? Maybe I will pick also the ID. Pick requires 2 arguments. That's it, right? Interesting. Then can I omit everything? Actually, I think that I did something like this before. Omit. And I omitted like too many things. No, right? Just one thing that you can omit, right? Interesting, actually. Can it actually be into an array? No, you cannot. It's either string, number, and symbol. What? Oh, interesting. Yeah, okay, then I won't omit that. I'll return it as it is. And I'll continue this then. Status equal that status, and that's it. And then go here, and wherever I find this, I'll just change it with edit status. Yeah, then that will work. Also here, that will be change task of that type. Actually the same part, but yeah, that seems perfect for me. And now the only thing that I'm not happy with is just how they get mapped. So maybe interesting. I will just to-dos dot. It will always be that the to-dos will be mapped into a sorted part. And I don't know, actually I forgot about that part, but it should be taken A and B, for example, for A, B, right? And then here it will be A dot. Actually, something is wrong. It will be returning A minus B, but A dot status, maybe A dot created at, yeah. Minus dot B dot created at, something like that should work. I'm not sure actually. Anytime, forever, whatever. Yeah, this sounds like correct, but let me try it. Yeah, it's correct. It doesn't move anything anywhere. Actually, it still moves something. But yeah, maybe that's not the case. Then I'll delete it, right? Cool. So tomorrow actually we will be continuing with this. Maybe I will just do the part where I kind of wrap this up for the to-do list and I start with CSS to become better. Yeah, and I'll make 100% sure that the CSS will be more more unique and more beautiful, for more attracting, let's say, and for us to actually also understand how grid works and stuff like that. I don't like that everything is a grid in the application. I need to rewrite that completely. Yeah, I can show the result. By the way, this is also Twitch. I will show them the result as well. So here you go, this is the result. So these are our 2 tests. If I click here, I delete these to-dos. If I add one, if I click this, it will just be deleted, kinda. And if I take that out, it will be back. These two, these I didn't touch, but they are the white noises that you can listen to, and this is how it looks like the application now. Yeah, it looks good for me, for now at least. I learned a lot of stuff doing this, and hopefully I will never make a mistake anymore using the use mutation and knowing exactly that it takes 1 argument and not 2. And this is not VS Code, by the way. This is NVim, NeoVim. Yeah. Cool. I learned my lesson. Why can't you pass the to-do type itself? Because honestly, you don't need it for that exactly. You just need the status and the ID. That's it. Yeah. Interesting, right? Cool. Any more question, guys? Maybe you have to ask me anything. How did you go about learning JavaScript? It's a roller coaster, man. You learn everything and you keep learning until you find yourself like comfortable with certain aspects. Like for example, with forms, I really liked Formic a lot with Yup when they were like super famous. Oh, this is really nice. Some guy said, FYI, to omit multiple values, union them with... Okay, let me try that. Interesting, actually. So in this case, you can just do not this one. You can say, hey, I need actually the to-do here. And actually, you need to omit for sure. And yeah, let me try that, omit. And then you say, hey, I want the type of to-do, but I want to actually take off the status. And something else. Maybe we said ID, right? Okay, so we need to pick in our case. Yeah, it worked, you see? Perfect. I didn't know this actually. I thought that this won't work, but seems like it works perfectly. Perfect, thank you. Who was this? The smiley face, thank you. I do think we can clean this component up a lot. I do agree with you in this case. But yeah, if you have any suggestions, please do. You can see it on behind me. Not worth trying to do it via the chat. Messages are read sporadically at random intervals. So I would have preferred the input in a separate component if considering scalability. Okay, yeah, might be. Actually, you can do it. I'm using Tailwind, yes, for styling. That's also the case. Thanks, Diego. Thanks a lot. Actually, let me see how many followers are we at right now on TikTok, because I didn't check. They have a lot of messages. I'll reply to them all, so no worries about that. I think we are 13.1. That's amazing. I just actually activated this creator reward program. I need to check it, how it works and what it does. It seems to be like a lot of new stuff on TikTok that it doesn't exist on other platforms. I'm training as well on this project, honestly. So kinda I'm trying to learn some new packages. At the same time, I'm trying to code and yeah, get along with what I'm doing. Yeah. And I still don't have any state manager at all actually in this application. I was thinking to build like some permissions and stuff to use for like a 10-stack router. So to be able to view certain stuff and not other certain stuff. But that will be like a very advanced feature for me right now. So I would rather do that with Zustand maybe in the future. Yeah. It's a learning curve for me, honestly, from here. This is kind of like I'm living my learning curve these days, I think. And believe me, I'm getting better and better. But there is nothing that I learned today, for example, about disuse mutation that I won't actually write in a note and kind of like remember for the rest of my life. At least I can learn a lot about these kind of issues that happens also on the live stream. So now I need to invest some time to find a way to switch my NeoVim setup into a visual mode whenever I have like a typing issue, so I can copy the type and paste it somewhere else, like AI or something. Yeah, Novsky said that he has always imposter syndrome, even though that he built several apps that are still in production. Yeah, it happens to the best of us. Honestly, that's to everyone, I think, unless you are just not caring anymore. Because I think that our jobs is about running as many marathons as you can. So you run marathons after marathon after marathon. Each time you just learn something new and you get humbled by some other guy or something, and then you need to learn and keep learning and keep learning. And that's the premise like of the whole thing. So yeah, what is happening here, like there's a lot of mutations. There is this use query part from TanStack query that gets the to-dos, right? And as you see, there is a query key function that you pass there, or an array of keys that you make sure later on to invalidate if you have changed anything about this to-do list. Next to that, we have the deletion part, which uses another context or another hook from the TanStack query, which is this use mutation. It does literally take a string, which is the ID, and pass that to the request.params from the backend. And then the third thing is a use mutation, another part of the same hook that we used here, which now you get the point. The mutation basically to post, patch, or whatever, and use query to get some stuff from the backend directly. And this one uses a query function, this one uses mutation functions. And as you see, I need always to invalidate the queries whenever I update anything about that to-do part, so I can refetch it again. Yeah, that's it. And then here this is where I show my components. Basically, I show the data of to-dos. And wait a second, this data actually is coming from that use query hook on top. So data.todos exactly, this will be exactly what comes from the backend. It will be an object of to-dos into an array of simple to-dos, right? Yeah, and this is the onChange function that takes this e.target.checked and sees if it's completed, otherwise it sends pending, and that's it. It keeps doing that mutation whenever you click it. Yeah, and this part also is just following the status of that to-do. If the status is completed, then it just puts the line through it. If not, then it just keeps pending it, right? Maybe I should actually put like like a query, like maybe like a spinner or something like that next to h-to-do whenever you click it, so it just appears saying, hey, something is happening in the backend, please wait, don't abuse. But that's something cool actually we can build. Yeah, so now we added what is it called, edit status part. So now, you know what I want to do is actually the edit status could be actually on the same function for edit to do. So edit to do can be editing the status or editing anything else, basically. Yeah, I can disable it while loading. That's a good approach as well. Yeah. Eddie said, just ChatGPT it, bro. I even cannot read your phrase. I need ChatGPT to read it. All right, cool, guys. Thanks a lot, honestly, for watching today. We did a lot. We did 3 hours and 19 minutes of live stream. Tomorrow we're gonna do the same thing. Continue with this, and I will make sure to sleep well so I can wake up really in good shape, and also in good mentality, where I will actually prepare some stuff to do that are more meaningful than this. And yeah, let's learn something new tomorrow. It will be really nice. And yeah, thank you a lot for being here, and yeah, meet you tomorrow at the same time. So good night, everyone. And yeah, if you have any question, please go to our Discord. There I will answer them even tomorrow or today, whenever I have time. All right. So good night, everyone, and thanks for watching. Thanks, Pro Evils, for being always a Twitch viewer. All the people also on TikTok. Thanks for Novsky also for sharing his knowledge each time on there. A lot of also senior developers that join the chat always on TikTok, which is a really nice thing. I tend to read their comments a lot and learn from them. So yeah, bye bye everyone, and see you tomorrow. Thanks a lot. See you guys. Ciao.